Welcome. I'm Bráulio De Brito, the chairman of AECIPA, which is the Association of Oil and Gas Service Companies here in Angola. Actually, it's very exciting times for Angola and for Angolan service companies. As we know, we actually are part of the main value chain of the oil and gas industry, and as such, more than being excited about the amount of investment that's coming over, we also making sure that we continue to promote local content. I think the best way for the Angolan service companies to be ready is to ensure that they are well positioned to help develop Angolans. So nothing happens without a well-skilled, well-trained, well-skilled workforce. We also need to make sure that we join forces with our international partners as a way to ensure that we bring technology. We need to be technologically savvy to be able to take advantage of these opportunities that we're talking about. With the combination of these two aspects, we also benefit, we'll capitalize on the ability to improve our financial revenue. So the combination of people, technology, and financial revenue will actually help us to be in a position or to be better positioned to take advantage of the investments that have been announced. Yeah, I mean, in general, I would say local content is still one of the major challenges as far as the Angola oil and gas growth. And when we talk about local content, we're talking about, as I mentioned earlier, people's development, technology implementation or development, and ability to find funds. So if we look at those three, I would say the biggest challenge of the three is finding money. And we service companies have been engaged with the authorities, we've been engaged with commercial banks, we've been engaged with international funds to see whether we can incite them as much as possible to come and work with us so that we can actually, I would say, overcome this barrier of being, generally speaking, short on financial investment. Energy transition for us, Angola, developing countries, producing countries, it's more than an opportunity. It's really, I think we need to focus on producing more and more, drill, but at the same time, drill and produce in a more amenable way towards the environment. So when we talk about increasing production, when we talk about drill, we're really talking about executing these operations in a way that, in a more technologically savvy way, so that we harm the less the environment, but at the same time we comply with the requirements of the international bodies to be in compliance with those requirements, which at the end of the day are beneficial for us today and for our future generations. So opportunities are there, but at the same time we need to grow and develop our oil and gas industry, grow and develop our countries socially, economically, but in a way that we harm the less the environment. So we bring more technology, we produce better, produce cleaner, but still we need the resources from the oil and gas industry to actually be able to diversify our economies, so we're not dependent only on one resource. We need more production so that we can improve infrastructures in our country. We can build more schools, we can build more hospitals. At the end of the day, let's produce in a cleaner way, taking care of energy transition, carbon capture requirements, and all that good stuff. But at the same time, we need to be focused on what we need to grow our countries, what we need to make a better life to our societies. I would say, all three streams are right now very, very attractive. Of course, upstream being I would say, the main pillar of the oil and gas industry is the one that attracts more investors, attracts more people, attracts more local companies. But at the same time, all those three pillars are very attractive. As we know, I would also say another factor that would attract investment into Angola is that we have a reasonably stable country economically, socially, and that is also a good recipe for companies to want to invest, and for us, Angolan companies wanting to do business. Of course, there are challenges. Many of those are well known, but those are not challenges that stop or prohibit companies from developing their businesses. I think those challenges make us more savvy, more focused on what needs to be done, how can we find ways to actually take advantage of those opportunities that you mentioned, be it upstream, downstream, or midstream. As we know, Angolan economy is still thriving on the oil and gas industry on one side. On the other, we have lots of local companies which have been fully engaged into this industry. As far as AECIPA, for instance, we hold around 180 associates, which in general terms are the bulk of the service companies in Angola, be it the internationals or the strictly local companies. And as such, it's very important that we continue this positioning, so to speak, of being the platform to support the local companies and also to be the interaction between the service companies and the stakeholders. So it's important in the sense that we represent those companies, and together we are stronger. Together we can actually help the authorities find ways to improve the business environment on one hand, and on the other, promote Angola in the way that we have more investment, we have more people coming to do business in Angola, and at the same time we are developing our local content. We're bringing more people to employment, we're developing more professionals, we are bringing and taking advantage of new technologies, and again, as I said, we got more money running into our economies and into our businesses. And I'll be there at the opening session with the opening speeches, and then throughout taking part in some discussion panels as well.